And we're back to another episode of Helmet to Helmet. We're in week 9 of the NFL season, man. It's going by quick every single week. Still having a lot of fun in fantasy. I know you are. I know I am. Since I had my first win in weeks. But I'll take it. I'll take any win that I can.
It's starting to get really interesting, man. Like, there's, I believe, 4 teams that are 3-5, 2 that are 6-2, 2 that are 5-3. And even our last place still has some light there, you know.
Yep, exactly.
So it's still anyone's game. Getting the call from Dallas, Texas, probably Jerry Jones. We'll have to answer that later. But yeah, man, really, really excited for this week. A lot of good matchups. They're tough and they're juicy, just like the selection, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. But anyways, we're going to start off in our first matchup, and then we're going to, get right to it. But for our first matchup, it's going to be Christian versus Sicard LA. Both, these guys have just been winning. Well, I think he lost last week, but they have a close record. But it's anyone's game. But it's kind of one-sided at this point. If you'll see. But starting with Sicario, you have to give it to Mr. Christian McCaffrey.
Is he really going to be back this week?
Yeah, he's been practicing. That's the news I've been hearing. He practiced last week. So yeah, for Christian McCaffrey, we haven't seen him since week 2. But in those 2 weeks that he's played, he scoring a lot, man. He had like 28 points in 24, getting around 23, 18 attempts. Almost 100 yards on the first game and like 2 touchdowns each. And it's just the amount of production that the North Carolina Panthers are getting, like, it's just unbelievable. And then that transferred over to Mike Davis. They just proved that, they're depending on the running back, and Mike Davis was the man for those last, see how many, like 6 weeks for Christian's high ankle sprain. And that's typical how many weeks a player would miss for a high ankle sprain. Like Michael Thomas missed 6 weeks, and then he hurt himself again. He might be out for another 2 more weeks, or if not another week. That's for another topic. But yeah, for my next player, it's going to be Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's going against North Carolina Panthers. So yeah, Kansas City versus Panthers. Pull up his stats. Last week he didn't really do much at all. I think he was pretty even with Clyde Edwards when they went against a hard defense of the Las Vegas Raiders, but still was able to get a little bit of active, get used to the Chiefs offense, and yeah, maybe we might see him score a touchdown, which Carolina's defense for running backs, not that I should say, it's pretty much been easy for most running backs, and should be a favorable option for Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Going on to Christian's team, it's going to be David Montgomery.
Yeah, he's pretty much done playing all of his tough games. He has pure green lights ahead of him. I see pure wonderful things happening with this guy's future.
Hold on, let me pull up his thing on my phone.
With tough defenses, and now he just has pure easy defenses to go through. So yeah, I should see an improvement in points.
Yeah, man, he's had to go against some really hard ones like Atlanta, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay. Did pretty good with Carolina. Not pretty average for Rams, and against New Orleans, his production is not, like the production we've seen in years past, where they will think this is his second year, maybe his third. I think it's his second year with the Bears. But yeah, he goes against Tennessee. Should be an easy matchup for him. And I think, who did Tennessee go against last week? The Bengals. Giovanni Bernard just walked all over them. So if they can produce something like what the Cincinnati Bengals did, then it's just an easy matchup for him. Maybe score 2 touchdowns. That's my prediction on that one. As for the winner of the match, it's going to be close. Well, it's not going to be close. I think Manolo has this in the bag. He has Russell Wilson, Mike Evans. If Godwin. So there was a stat that I heard that whenever Godwin didn't play, Evans normally scores 1 or 2 touchdowns, and that's exactly what happened last week whenever Godwin was out. But you also have to remember that Antonio Brown's going to be probably playing his first game against New Orleans, so it could take away some opportunity for Mike Evans, or they could just hold him back and not play him as much and just test him out, see how he is on the ground, and maybe just give Evans the ball. Anderson. Not too sure about Anderson this week. Going against Kansas City. We talk about Christian McCaffrey, Le'Veon Bell, Schwartz. They're going against Pittsburgh, but I'm not too sure about that one. And as for Christian, he doesn't even have a quarterback. I know he's going to probably play Ryan. What's his name? Matt Ryan. So he'll play him. As for his flex, he'll probably play one of his tight ends. Gesicki or not Drake because he's injured. But I heard he might be back. Maybe. That's a hard maybe. And he also has Ingram and Russell Gage. So, yeah.
Drake was going to miss like 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, it could be because he's projected to make probably do 2 points, which is like nothing. So maybe he's okay, but he might not get anything at all in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And yeah, I think Manolo has this in the bag.
Yeah, for sure. I strongly agree with that. Mr. Christian seems missing a quarterback and a flex, and his bench looks pretty banged up. So he could always change quarterback. He has another quarterback right there going against a tough defense. But as a flex, I don't know, Gesicki and Gage and Ingram. I don't know if they'll do good flexes, I think he could pick something better up or...
Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, nothing's going to be better than what Manolo has to offer, so...
Yeah, and he also has Amari Cooper, who just hasn't been the same since without Dak. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. He's his new A.J. Green from the beginning of the season. Now A.J. Green looks more like Cooper.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, this is fantasy, and that happens, We've seen it. It's nothing new. But yeah, for sure, Manolo has this in the bag.
All right, you want to go on to the next one?
Yeah. Alrighty. Starting off with my first matchup that I'm about to give out here is Mr. Azteca going up against yours truly, Mr. Commissioner Hulk over here with the red shades, with the hot guy shades, not me. And then, let's kick it off with El Azteca's number 1 player, which is not. He is not in his lineup right now, but I believe Mr. Azteca would play him and start him because why? Because he's not a crazy person. Why? Because he's not dumb. Why? Because he's working. He got busy shit to do, and he's gonna put this player real quick in the last minute. For his first player over here, we're gonna have Mr. Terry McLaurin, Mr. Scary Terry over here playing. This dude's games have just been crazy, man. Starting up with his first game in the NFL with 11 points. Then after that, 25, 13, 22. Had one bad game with 6 points. Okay, I forgive you for that one. It was against the LA Rams. 31st hardest defense to freaking score against. So, okay. And then after that, 14 points and a half. And then 22 solid. Then he just came back from a bye week too, so I'm pretty sure they see this kid's talent and they're gonna utilize it more in the field. But for sure, Mr. Scary Terry McLaurin is gonna make a big impact from Mr. Omar's team this week. Also, for his second player, he finally has him back. Mr. Julio Julio Jones. Yeah, Mr. Julio Jones is going to make a great impact for Mr. Azteca, Mr. Omar Cruz over here. Since IR, he's been doing great, so there's no doubt that Julio Jones is going to ball out. Let's see his game since his injuries. Yeah, man, 33.70, 17.70, 20.70. Yeah, this guy has been doing great the past 3 games, and he's just going to do even better with this Denver defense. He's going to for sure show some weaknesses on that defense. And yeah, man, for sure Julio Jones is going to be his second top scorer. For Mr. Commissioner Hulk over here, we're going to have... It's going to be a player that's not on his starting lineup. I'm picking him. Why? Because I like him. And hopefully this convinces him to start him. But I'm just picking him because he's the best looking player for this week that I think is for him. Mr. Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk has just been doing outstanding these past 2 weeks. He's been getting points over 20 the past 2 weeks. Going against easy defenses, though, against Dallas and Seattle. But this week, he goes against another easy defense, top 10 easy defenses, Mr. Miami Dolphins defense. There you go. He's going to go against the Miami Dolphins, and for sure, he'll put up another fantastic game like he did with the Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. So yeah, for sure, don't count Christian Kirk out, He's gonna do good things, especially this week. He has a lot of bad matchups coming up, but for this week he's good. For your second player over here, it was hard to choose, man, because Todd Gurley hasn't been the same going against that Denver defense that barely lets anyone run. But shoot, I see he has Godwin in. I don't know if he's gonna start or not. But yeah, for my last player, I just had to pick Deshaun Watson. Wait, hold up. I got a notification on my thing. Oh, I have low battery. Yeah, man. For my second player, I'm just gonna have to go with Deshaun Watson. Dario seems pretty banged up, missing Kareem Hunt, his star player, and also missing Robert Woods, missing Austin Eckler, he's missing 3 key players right there this week. So yeah, man, it's pretty tough matchup for Dario, especially because of the players that he's missing. I feel like Mr. Azteca is gonna just kill his dreams this week, He looked like he was making a comeback, but I don't know, man. It's something about the lineup that I don't like. Starting with Gurley, but what else can he do? There's not much players to pick up anymore, so
yeah,
it's gonna be a tough one.
Just hoping for a miracle, and then my players score. So that's all I can hope for.
Gotta hope for Omar having a bad game, just like Chalene did against him last week.
Yeah. Denver's defense for Julio Jones is pretty hard, so I'm not sure about him. Metcalf. There's been some players who were able to walk over Buffalo, but it could just be a game where Tyler Lockett gets all the catches. That's my hope. Joshua Kelly hasn't really been the best for the LA Chargers. I think
I see that Omar has my ex kicker and my ex defense.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers and Young Ho. Remember I always used to make jokes about Young Ho in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Well, I call him Young Ho. I don't know what you call him. What's his real name actually?
Younghoe Koo. Younghoe.
Younghoe Koo. Yeah, I call him Young Ho.
And then he has Deontay Johnson as his flex, which is going to be pretty easy against Dallas. Just giving so many points to wide receivers. And yeah,
sure.
What I'm hoping is JaMychal McHasty, Hasty. Jermichael Hasty does pretty well.
I saw that. Why'd you pick him up? Like,
because Tevin Coleman's out.
He's going to start or what?
Tevin Coleman's been out, right? And next up in line is him, and after that is Jerick McKinnon. And anytime a running back goes,
Jerick McKinnon being utilized less? I mean, he was doing pretty good in the beginning. Now McKinnon's
I guess they found out that Hasty's better. He's been scoring a lot, and then anytime a running back goes against Green Bay, they're like the number one defense to give yards to running backs. So why not? Yeah. Why not against Omar, who has a strong team? Why not just gamble a little bit? I don't have much options for running back. I could play what's his name? Don't even know the people on my team. I could play Latavius Murray, but like he's a guaranteed 6 points, and if he gets a touchdown, another 6 points. So that's 12 points. Hasty is pretty much a guaranteed 10 points, and if he balls out on that game, then he's gonna get like 20 points, if not more.
True that.
So yeah, I was able to pick him up on waivers last night. Solid option for me, I think.
Nice.
And from other players, I'm not too sure. Parker, probably not going to play him because I don't trust Tua. Jefferson. I just the way I set up my lineup is just so I can boost up my numbers to look good.
Just to remind you guys, no, I did not forget about my jalapenos. Well, they weren't jalapenos. I believe they were habaneros that I was going to eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a really good matchup. I really want Dario to win because I want it to be interesting. I want him to be tied with everyone else and see where the fuck it goes. You know, I love that 4-way 3-win tie right there, and Dario can just join that group real easy.
Yeah. Now it is. All right.
Sorry, technical difficulties here. But we're back.
His computer died, but luckily we were able to save the file.
Yeah, my laptop died. But yeah, back to my man Dario. I was really interrupted by my dead battery. You know, fuck you, dead battery. Shout outs to you. And here we go. Yeah, shout outs to my man Dario. Like, this guy needs to win. For sure, I'm going to risk eating another pepper. Oh, another thing. I'm not going to eat my habanero peppers this episode. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But I'm under medication right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pile them up, you know. In 2 weeks I'll be good to go again. And let's see how many peppers are on my plate, you know. That's what I'm seeing. So far I only got 2 that I was supposed to eat today. For you guys, I'm gonna make it 3 because I didn't need them today.
Fair enough. No, that's cool. Like, you're on medicine, so that's so.
So we got 3 so far. We might have a 4th one if Dario loses this week. So I'm putting back another
pressure's on. Pressure's on.
Pressure's on. Alrighty, I believe in you. But my pepper goes for Azteca. You know, if Azteca wins, I don't get to eat it. But if Dario wins, I'm gonna eat it. Why? Because he deserves it.
Yeah.
So if you win, you make me eat a pepper.
We'll see. I know we've seen Omar's team score low, so it could happen.
It could happen for sure.
So I've always, like I said, I still continue last week, surprisingly. I've always scored over 100 points. Not as close as Beto, but whatever. It's always consistent. It's been consistent. I've been the consistent of this league.
See, I like it.
Yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the next matchup. If I can pull it up.
Did you have any pepper seed this week? No, right?
No, I did not. Thank God.
Did you bet on any games though?
Yeah, I bet on Omar versus Jalen.
Oh yeah.
I won that. Yeah. And then what did I bet on? Just trying to think. I think that was it. No, I also bet that I won, and then I did win.
Oh, I just noticed Matthew Stafford's health changed to COVID.
Yeah, I saw that too. All right, for the next matchup, which is going to be the boys are back in town versus your Hearst Nightmare. And this is going to be brother. Oh, how would I say it? The battle of the brother-in-laws. Man, whew, this is going to be a close matchup, I think. Definitely close to match of the week, but we have another one that's going to be even bit greater than that. Has more stakes on the line. But starting off with Liverpool's team, it's going to be David Johnson. David Johnson's going against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and last time that he played against them, he did pretty average. He got around like 12 points. He got like 17 rushing attempts, almost 100 yards, and a couple receptions. So some points right there. But in the last couple of weeks, he's been last time he played against Green Bay, he got around 16 points, getting 14 rushing attempts, 42 rushing yards, some receptions. So he is getting some, like, that alone, that's just 4 points on his board, and a receiving touchdown. Man, did get that fumble against on that game. So, but they're going against a weaker team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and their team's been kind of shaky lately. They don't have their quarterback anymore. Their defense has been like kind of off, just not fun to watch anymore. It's kind of sad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and next player it's gonna be Rob Gronkowski, and this dude, I don't know what the hell happened, but he just flipped up a switch and he's playing like the old Rob Gronkowski that we used to see playing for the Patriots. He's got his man Tom Brady back, and for the last 3 weeks getting around 18, 17, last week 14 points. But what I've seen is like he is touchdown dependent. Like for him to score really well and decent, he's gonna have to get a touchdown every single week by Tom Brady. And he's done it in the last 3 weeks. Can he go for 4 for 4? Like Wendy's? I don't know.
4 for 4.
So, and against New Orleans, which has been pretty easy against tight ends, ranking number 3 against them. But then again, it's New Orleans defense, and I don't know. They're rough against other players, man. Getting into fights, especially with the Bears. And yeah, so
there was a game. I think it was the Saints played someone, and there was a Saints player just standing there, bro. And then this guy was just throwing hams. Oh yeah, the Bears. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That dude was just standing there, bro. And this guy started throwing hands.
From what I've heard and I've seen on Twitter, apparently the Saints players were like making fun of what's his name, Anthony Miller, because he is pretty fucking short.
Oh yeah.
And all game they were like, 2 players were like standing right next to him, and they were like showing like how tall he is compared to them, and he was like, he was just taking it whatever, and then I guess that was retaliation for that.
Damn.
So there's always more to the story on that one, but that was pretty funny on Twitter, seeing that.
Yeah.
Next player is going to be from your Hearst Nightmare, and he has it's going to be his quarterback, Josh Allen. Throughout the season, he's ranked number 3. Number 3. That's higher than friggin' what's his name, Russell Wilson. But I feel like that's just a lot of it was carrying that status is from his first 4 weeks when he scored like 28, 34, 32, 25 points. And lately he hasn't been scoring that high. But he is going against Seattle. And if he can get a couple what's Beasley? Maybe get him in the end zone, the red zone, the end zone. Can't even talk. But anyways, they're tight end or whatever. Just throw some massive bombs in the air. Sure, he'll score 25 points. So that's why he's one of the top players on his team. Next is going to be Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is going against Tennessee. we've seen time and time again with the Bears playing against any other teams. The run's getting stopped. Who are they going to rely on? The wide receivers. And who's their star wide receiver? Allen Robinson, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the last couple of weeks, he hasn't been doing that great. But last week, when he went against New Orleans, got to go around 20 points. So that's great. He's going against Tennessee, ranked. When did this happen? Tennessee's ranked number 2 in wide receivers given points.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, easy matchup for him right there. So I guess Tennessee's trailing behind Seattle on that. And then the week after that, he plays Minnesota, who we've seen how Devontae Adams just destroyed that defense with his 2 touchdowns last week. So we'll see what happens on that one. As for the winner of the week, that's a tough one. Well, yeah, when you look at the Liverpool's team, you have Tom Brady, A.G. Brown, Adam Thielen, Derrick Henry, David Johnson, Rob Gronkowski, Kelsey. You look at Robert's team, we have Josh Allen, Brandon Ayuk, Robinson, Clyde Edwards, Edmonds, and Claypool. It's so hard to pick. But I think Liverpool's going to keep his streak and get another one on this one.
I hope you're right. I just hope you're right. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with myself this week.
Got to believe in yourself.
I'm not going to lose to Robert. You know, last year I did not lose to him whatsoever. And I'm not going to start now. I don't think I've ever lost to Robert. But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep that streak. I have other streaks with him too, so for sure, I'm not gonna get beaten for the first time this week or this year. So
yeah,
in your dreams, Robert. In your dreams.
Yeah, definitely a close one. It's gonna be very close. Do they have Robert's gonna be playing Brandon Ayuk Thursday night, tomorrow night, all Sunday night games. What's the last game? One of them would have to depend. A little for Sunday night prime time with Rob against New Orleans.
And Tom Brady.
Oof. It's been close. Won't find out till Sunday.
Sunday night, we'll find out who wins this one.
Yeah. All right.
Unless I played Crowder, who plays on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I might think about that. Put Crowder in for Gronk. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. You want to go to your next matchup?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go to my next matchup, which is going to be El Paisano versus El Ilegal. The 2 L's going at it. Best friends forever going at it. Let's see. All right, so for this matchup, we have El Paisano, who has not disappointed this whole season. You know, he's been doing good this whole season, leading the way so far. But yeah, for his first player of the week, for sure, is always going to be Mr. Dalvin Cook. Mr. Dalvin Cook has just been performing outstanding this whole season. Starting with last week, he had almost a 50-point game, 48.60 to be exact. And like before that, it was just 21, 17, 26, 27. Oh wait, no, 28, 20. And then he was out for a game. Then he had a bye week. And then after that bye week, he was just hungry, bro. He was starving. They had him tied up for too long. And he had a 40.60 game. Like, it was crazy, man. It was against the number 1 defense for running backs, the Green Bay Packers. So, you know, right there, a hint for whoever has running backs going against Green Bay. But he's going to have another easy game with the number 3 defense against the running backs to give points. So that's the Detroit Lions. So for sure, he's going to have another good game there. For his second player, there's no surprise here, Mr. Devontae Adams, who has just been his. I don't know if he's not the best. Is he the best wide receiver?
Probably.
Like, dude, this guy is crazy with points. Mr. Adams here, starting with 41 points his first game. He got injured his second game with 6 points in the half. So he missed 3 weeks with injury. He came back against Tampa Bay, scored 12 points, had an alright game. After that, he played against Houston, got 44.60. And then after that game, he had another good game against the Minnesota Vikings. That was 30.30. And now he's going to go against the San Francisco 49ers, who have a pretty tough defense, but they have no momentum whatsoever right now, especially losing their number one quarterback and their tight end for 6 weeks plus. So, the 49ers aren't going to be looking the same for the next 6 weeks, Maybe their defense is going to be holding up the torch, but their offense ain't going to do much for sure. But, yeah, those are my 2 players for Mr. Beto, El Paisano. Up next, we got Uli, who, for sure, no surprise here, his first player, gamer, baller of the week, is going to have to be Mr. Alvin Kamara. He's questionable right now, I see. That just changed. He was clear, healthy earlier. Now he's questionable. So, I wonder what's going to happen there. But, yeah, he has Alvin Kamara questionable. Wilkins, I don't know why he picked up Wilkins. I think he thinks Wilkins is going to have another good game like he did last week. I feel like last week was just a fluke for Wilkins. I was thinking about picking him up too because behind. But I feel like he was just a hiccup,
Yeah.
But Burkhead and all those other guys that had just have hiccup games, like that was just a little hiccup. I feel like Wilkins ain't gonna do shit this week, so might not want to start him, Woody. But that's just me. But yeah, man, for sure. Alvin Kamara is questionable, but he's gonna keep playing for sure, and he's gonna score a lot. I don't need to go into Alvin Kamara. Everyone knows what the fuck Alvin Kamara has been doing this whole season. So
yeah.
So yeah, enough said. He's the whole team, But yeah, next I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, just a surprise, man. John Brown was the number one receiver for the Bills last year. He hasn't done anything this year. So Stephon Diggs has just been feeding off of that. So has Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley looks too good this year. Like, what the hell? But, John Brown has something to do with that. Him not playing the same and all that. Being injury prone all the time, too. So yeah, for sure. Stephon Diggs is going to be one of the main scorers of this offense, starting with him and his quarterback and his 2 running backs, Zach Moss and, what's his name, David Singletary. Those are the only guys who score touchdowns in that team. So, for sure. For my winner of the week. You know what, man? I go for Uli right here, but I'm gonna do another habanero challenge over here.
Oh no!
Why are you doing so many habanero challenges, Adolfo? Why? Because I go to the store, I try to buy like a single habanero, right? I can't find a single habanero in the store. They don't have them loose for some reason.
It's always in the bag.
Yeah, it's always like in a bag or a little plastic cup, whatever. It has like 5 or 10 of them in it, whatever. It's like a little packet, a little package.
Yeah.
So I like always go and I buy the little box that comes with like 10 habaneros or 5.
I remember
And I always
what
eat
happened last
one,
time.
and then like those things just stay in the fridge forever. I hate throwing away food unless it's rotten. So and habaneros take forever to rot. Like I remember I had those habaneros in my fridge for like I think it was like 3 weeks, and until they barely started to like change and all that. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll just steal one next time. Helmet to helmet does not in any way condone burglary.
Yeah, what was it the last time your mom got like I don't know, she like saw your habanero, she made a salsa and then
yeah, she did.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, but for sure. Yeah, I kind of just want to eat as many as I can possible, in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now. So two shows from now, this one and another show, and then after that next show next week, then I'm gonna do all the peppers from this week and the other week, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be
so many peppers to keep track of. You better remind me how to work.
We're at 3 right now, just so you know. And then
Counters at 3.
2 new ones, which is one for your game, so you better lose, so I won't eat it. No, wait, no, you better win, so I do eat it. There you go.
Oh yeah.
And then El Paisano, I want, like, don't take this too hard, Beto, but I want Beto to lose, so my chances to get bye week go up. So I'm gonna pick Beto to win this week for sure. Beto to win this week. If Beto doesn't win this week, I'm gonna have to eat another habanero. So Uli, if you win this week, I'm gonna eat a habanero, bro. I'm gonna eat it. But you have to win. You have to win. Do I believe you could win? Maybe. Are you going to win? Probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I'm picking Mr. Beto for the challenge, And yeah, man, just hope Beto loses and I eat the pepper. If he wins, I don't eat it. So whatever, win-win.
Shit, do one. Maybe I'll do one too. Maybe I'll do one for next week. I'll bet that I win. All right, if I win,
I bet that
I eat.
So if you win, you eat the pepper or you don't eat it.
If I win, well, it's a punishment if I lose, right?
Yeah.
So if I win, I don't have to eat it. If I lose, then I'll eat it. Well, it's not pepper. It's my hot sauce.
Oh yeah, hot sauce. There you go. What's it called? I'm gonna go to Mission this weekend. Visit the Oka over here. Probably see Beto there too.
Where is it?
But I'm gonna go to Bass Pro Shop, get some bullets, and get some of that hot sauce from over here. Some ass blaster. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Can't even see what's the green screen. But it's right here. This thing is hot. It's hot. Let anybody try it whenever they ever come over. But still got a year before it expires. But anyways, that's beside the point. So I better win. If I lose, I'll eat it too. So yeah. I'll get like some nuggets and then I'll put that shit on.
Now enough of the peppers.
Yeah.
My complete honest opinion on this game of Beto and Uli going at it. These two guys have a pretty good game, have a pretty good teams, and we've seen them score a lot. So for Uli, it's all gonna depend on Michael Thomas. If he plays this week and he does outstanding, like we all know Michael Thomas can do, 40, 50, 60-point game. If he blows up like that against that rival team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Uli might have a shot on this one. But if Michael Thomas does not play and he does not get utilized as it's going to be the end of Uli. He's going to have to compete with the other lower guys to see who stays in the playoffs, you know. But yeah, for sure, a big key win to get in this week against Beto. But it's going to be tough. Not easy. He's not going to give it to you. You've seen him score over 200 points the past 3 weeks. So I wouldn't want to mess with this guy right now. Nah, he's too much in the row, and it's going to be hard to stop him.
Yeah. We're going to jump right into it on our match of the week, and that's going to be El Mencho 956 going against Mr. Ricky Bobby. Two popular players that have always been on our my match of the week. But, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? The odds, not the odds, the stakes are higher on this one. You want to explain why that is?
Yeah, man, we got basically second place against third place here. Winner keeps the bye week, you know, for now, as long as they don't go in the losing streak or, you know, something happens. But yeah, for sure, we got, I think El Mencho is in third. Yeah, we have El Mencho on third, which is our ex-champion who was in first. So let's see.
Yeah.
And we got Ricky Bobby, who's in second, and who was our last place last year. So we got last place versus the champ from last year, you know. And there's some bad blood in this game. And, but
yeah.
You know.
For my two picks on Junior's team, these are unconventional players that I'm just like, yeah, they might not play well, right? But they could blow up on these two games, right? And with that, it's going to be starting off. It's going to be Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson, he's taken over Ekeler's spot. Well, it was supposed to be Joshua Kelly, and that's not the case.
Yeah, Kelly has been doing not so good.
He is putting up some points. I mean, Kelly's putting some points, and Justin Jackson so is too. But it's not Ekeler points, right? But he's been consistent the last 3 weeks. Well, 4 because he had a bye week. So he had 14, 10, 17 last week against Denver. Pretty hard defense. So yeah, Justin Jackson, easy play for Junior on this one. Going to play well against the Las Vegas Raiders. Going on to his next player that you might not think is going to play well, but I think sure is. That is going to be Brandon Cooks. Mm-hmm. Brandon Cooks is going against Jacksonville. It's going to be a shootout, but the only people who are going to be shooting out is the Texans. It's going to be a divisional game, and I think he's going to ball out on this one. Like, he's been scoring really well the last couple of weeks. When he came back against Jacksonville, last time he's played him, scored 30 points. And when he played against Jacksonville, he had 12 targets, 8 receptions, 161 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown. And just goes to show that they're not worried. They're not taking care of like the wide receiver 2 on that option. You know, almost wide receiver 1 if Will Fuller wasn't traded. Thankfully, he didn't get traded. He's probably mad, but he's going to get traded after this year. This is going to be his last Will Fuller's last season with the Texans. But yeah,
for sure.
What about you? Going on
for my two players, I'm also going to pick Texans wide receiver, which is who else but Will Fuller, of course. Will Fuller, last time he played against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he was they kind of had his number, you know. But it still didn't stop him from scoring. He still got 4 recs for 58 yards and a touchdown. So that touchdown kind of saved him for the night. I feel like this time around it's going to be different. He's going to go and ball out, probably get more targets than Brandon Cooks, hopefully, for Mr. Chilling's sake. But yeah, for sure, Will Fuller is going to be a player the week for Chalene. another player of the week for Chilean is gonna have to be no one else but Mr. James Robinson. James Robinson has been doing outstanding this whole season, starting with his first week, getting 10 points, getting noticed, then starting to play him a little bit more, getting 21 points the second game, and then 30.90, 14.70, 10 points again, 15.30, and his last game was a 31.70 game. He's just coming back off of bye week, so yeah. He's going against these Houston Texans, who are the second defense on the most points allowed by running backs. So,
yeah, sure, tough matchup.
James Robinson's gonna do a pretty good job. For the winner of the week, man, you know what? I really want Junior to win. I really, 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 really want Junior to win. But I feel like Ricky Bobby has an advantage here. And you know what? Here's another spicy fact. I'm put a pepper on it too.
Oh my God.
Another one. So we got your game, that's 1. Uli's game, that's 2. And this game, that's 3. That could be added to the other 3 that we have. So I'm beating 6 habanero peppers if everything goes to shit this week.
Yeah. You know what? I'll join you on Ricky Bobby. See if he wins. And if
Ricky Bobby's gonna win. He's my guy. If he wins, I'm not gonna eat it. If he loses, I'm gonna eat it. But I'm not gonna be mad that I'm eating it. I'm gonna be happy because he lost.
Yeah, I'll join with you.
I'll eat that pepper any day.
I hope he wins on this one. And if he loses, yay, I don't have to eat a pepper. Not pepper, whatever thing I covered my sauce on. My secret sauce. But yeah, if Chilean wins, I don't have to eat my sauce. And yeah, Junior wins, I'll eat it. But yeah, that wraps things up with Helmet to Helmet. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.